Yo, what's up? This your boy Hey Kiddo 5 with a couple of brand new episodes of my spoken word series. Just want to send an update to everybody that I'm going to start recording some more videos. I've been busy as of late, taking care of a couple things. My grandmother just passed and everything, and I've been away for a while trying to take care of the things that really matter, like my family and everything like that. So, I do have a new video I'm going to record today. um, Also, I've been sick as of late, so I really haven't been in the best health to start recording more videos and everything. But I'm back on my grind and everything like that, doing what I need to do. So, today I wanted to talk about a topic I touched on before, where I was talking about trust, you know. But I want to go a little bit deeper into it, and I wanted to start talking about, learning to let go and learning to trust others with, you know, with somebody you care about. A lot of times, a lot of people don't know how to let go. They don't know how to let things be as it should be. We tend to hold on to things that we believe are the things we truly should be holding on to. And the truth is, we really need to learn to allow things to progress forward and let it go. A lot of times when people think of letting go, we tend to think of the word release. And if you look at the word release in the dictionary, the word release means to set free from captivity. To me, when I hear that, I hear the word captivity, and it's a negative word to me. Because when I think of captivity, I think, okay, you're basically holding somebody against their will. Sorry. Or basically, you're telling that person that, okay, basically, their freedom is solely up to certain things that they have to do. When you think of captivity, you think of slavery. When you think of captivity, you think of imprisonment. And no matter which way you look at the word captive, and you look at the word captivity, and you look at its root word captive, and you look at the root word for the word captive, which is capture, you still think of taking something from somewhere else and putting it somewhere else. So, in other words, it's still bad no matter which way you look at it. So, to me, excuse me. To me, when I think of the word release, I like to think of setting something free, learning to let it go. I mean, I don't know how everyone else feels, but I can break that down even further. Let me break it down like this. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say you have a 18-year-old daughter. And your 18-year-old daughter, she's finally 18, she's an adult. And she goes out with a guy that might be 19 or 20 years old. Right? So they're 19 and they're 20 years old. The guy's 19. Well, the guy's 20 years old. She's 18. She's dating a guy who's 20 years old. So they're together and everything like that. And she decides, okay, she wants to move in with this guy. Right? Now that she decides she wants to move in with the guy who's 20 years old, it's up to the parents to say, okay, well, she's 18. Do we go right ahead and let her move, or do we convince her to try to stay here? Then it's the parents' job to, again, there's that word, release, set her free, and allow her to live her life with this guy and trust that he's going to take care of her, or they can try to figure out a way to keep her there. Now, that just goes to show you that captivity, no matter which way you look at it, is a negative word. You know, in society, when we try to hold people and keep people from things that we believe aren't necessarily right for them, or things that we believe can harm them, we don't even realize that in the same sense, we're actually harming them more than we are taking care of them. You know? And my best advice to those people who have a problem letting go, ask yourself this question. What will it hurt to actually let something go? Instead of holding on to it and deciding, okay, this is what I'm going to do, you know, this is this and that is that. Instead of worrying about the problem, let it go and grow from it. You know? I've had a lot of situations in my life where I've had to learn to let go of the problems. In my first relationship with my ex-girlfriend Samantha, things didn't go exactly how it was planned to. And one day we went to a drinking party. I was 18. And, you know, she told me something was said that she didn't like. Oh, I didn't remember saying it. You know? And I was like, I don't know why your friends would say that. I thought she would stick up for me because of what happened and the fact that she would believe me. But instead, she didn't. Now, that hurt me. So I carried that pain for a whole year. But then I decided one year, I said, at the end of that first year, carrying that pain, I said, I can't live like that anymore. So I learned to let it go, and I let it go. Letting go is not an easy thing. Releasing is not an easy thing. No one said that it is. But when you truly love someone, it hurts them more to keep them there than it is to let them go. I'm currently in a situation right now where I'm in a relationship with a female. And the thing is, right, she's 21 years old, I'm 25. So my whole thing that I'm saying is, and that's bothering me, is the fact that, you know, her parents have a tendency to not let go. Basically, they want to keep her with them and around them, namely because she's an only child. That's their baby girl. But the thing is, they don't realize that they're actually hurting her more than actually helping her. There's days she comes to me, she's in tears. There's days she comes to me, she's hurt. There's days where she doesn't want to talk to me and everything like that. And the only thing that I can equate that to is the fact that she's just hurt right now, namely because she wants to be free. She wants to do her own thing, but she can't. Sorry. Excuse me. She can't because they don't want to let her go. They don't want to lose her. They want to keep her there with them so that way things can continue to be the way that they want it to be. I know it's hard for people to allow change to happen. It's hard to let go. It's hard to allow someone to live their life, namely because you're afraid that they may mess up. You're afraid that they may make mistakes that may harm them in the long run. But the one thing that we need to understand in society is the fact that if we don't, do we truly care about that person? If you truly care for that person, letting them go is one thing. When my grandmother passed, I had to live with the fact that she was gone. I had to live with the fact that she died. And it was hard to let that go. And it was hard to accept that to myself and say, she's gone and she's not coming back. And for a while, I didn't. For a while, I kept it to myself. And I said, she's going to come back. She's going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to see her again. And I was just lying to myself. The next day came up and I didn't see her. The day after that, I didn't see her. Day after that, I didn't see it. And it was a hard pill to swallow. But I got over it. Nothing is sketched in stone that our kids are supposed to stay with us until the day they die. That's not as God intended. The Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. If you want to look at this from a Christian standpoint. So if the Bible says be fruitful and multiply, then your children are supposed to go out and they're supposed to have children. And their children's children are supposed to have children. And that's how it's supposed to be. Because that's exactly as God intended for it to be. But we live in a society where we exhibit the same type of attitude as barbarians. For example, if your daughter is 21 years old and she decides that, she wants to go out and she wants to, she has a boyfriend who's 25, 26, and she decides, okay, she wants to go and stay the night over at his house. Why is it a decision upon the parent to decide that for a 25-year-old or 26 for a 21-year-old that, oh, she shouldn't do that, when to tell the truth, it is on that person to decide whether or not they want to, because they're an adult. The thing that disturbs me about society is the fact that we live in a world where we want to be controlling. We want to control things. If we don't control it, then how can we truly accept to ourselves that this is exactly how things are supposed to be? I argue this point to you. If we don't live in a controlled society, then answer me this question. Why do we try to control the aspects of a neighborhood? When crime happens, why do we go out there and we try to be the heroes and save people's lives? Because that's exactly what we try to do. We live in a society where we want things controlled. You take an animal from the wild and you place them inside a captive area. You place them in an area where their life is controlled. It goes according to a daily schedule. That's human beings trying to control things. We domesticate animals so we can control them. Excuse me. The thing that I'm saying is, when a person becomes a certain age, it should be up to them to decide where their life goes. And the only thing you can do as a parent is coach them and say, okay, I think you should do this, I think you should do that. Give them suggestions. But do not make the decision for them. Because then that's you overstepping your boundary as an adult, and you're taking control over their life, and you're not giving them the ability to grow. I'll leave you with this question. Take a look at your children in your house, and all the ones that are above 18, and answer them this question. What do they want to do with their life? If you say to them at all that I think you should do this and I think you should do that, your next statement after that should be, I'm only giving you advice. You can do what you want. Ask them would they like that. And I can guarantee you this, they would. I will be recording my next episode for my spoken word series probably tomorrow. Or we will be recording a part 2 today. Thank you.